Hello, lovelies. It's T here from Codependent, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. So we're gonna start off with the Kipper, and I was really getting like kind of like inheritance energy, marriage. Somebody could make. I was getting this energy that like somebody is keeping something from you, or there's like some type of money or some type of inheritance that's been kept away from you. Excuse me. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So somebody here could be expecting something on after like a divorce, or they could be expecting something to come out of like a particular marriage. Like somebody here could have gotten married because they expected something high honor though. Whatever this is, it's high honor in reverse though. If it's some kind of marriage offer, if it's some kind of offer to work together, it's not coming forward in like the best light or in the best way. There are like financial reasons. Yeah, with this family room, there are secrets here hidden underneath. This person has expectations out of you. This lover's card on the back of the deck too. Actually, I think this is you collective. I think you have this expectation card. What is the collective expecting spirit? Sudden wealth. So you are expecting this money to come in. You are expecting this money to come into you. You could have heard about it already. You could have heard about it here on my channel or on other channels. You could be already knowing. You could have gotten some kind of letter or something saying like this was happening. Poverty in reverse. This could be coming to you in some kind through some kind of court order or court case here, okay, or some kind of like legal document. Bad health in reverse. So this is happening, toil and labor, because you've been working on letting go of something or moving on from some kind of bad habit or some kind of bad health. Main female, you've been putting yourself, if you are in the feminine energy, you've been putting yourself like in the forefront here. If not, this could involve like a younger feminine energy. If you are not that feminine energy. Coffin. Yeah. Again, you put something to an end. Some of you could be expecting some kind of money here because somebody might have passed over. My condolences if you did lose a loved one, or you did lose, someone. Main male in reverse with privileged lady. Wow. Somebody here decentralized some kind of masculine energy, or like a masculine energy might have passed away. Somebody here could be getting some kind of life insurance payout, and they didn't realize this person. Well, no. At first, you might have not have realized that they had a life insurance payout or something like that, but then we have that expectation card there. Message of concern. Somebody here, especially a feminine energy, is about to have some money. And it's because some kind of masculine energy is passed away or passed over, or you ended some kind of relationship. Again, you could have ended some kind of relationship and now you're expecting alimony, or you're expecting child support or something like that. Wow. Child card when I reached that out. So yeah. Or if some of you, this could be somebody who this could be like a parent or something like that. You could be this person's child, okay? Or you could be a child in the family, that this person wants to leave money to. You could have like a child with this person. And I tried to lay that back out, and expectation came back out again. You could have been expecting this money since you were a child. You could have they could have laid out, like when you were born, they could have laid out that they wanted you to get a certain amount of money, or they wanted you to get some kind of policy here. Okay? You could have gotten some kind of life insurance policy or something. There's some kind of money here that's owed to you that hasn't made its way to you yet. No, they're telling me to put that back in. And through some kind of like court system or something here. There's something about the court system. Official person. Some kind of official person might be coming towards you and letting you know. This could be somebody's lawyer. This could be somebody who is like over the estate. Change. It's going to bring a lot of change. Like something has changed in the situation now. Now, occupation. Somebody here could have left a job situation, or they could have stopped doing a particular something. And I feel like this is something that has been keeping like your bag away from you. Like, look, great fortune. I don't know. Somebody here, like I can't give you any kind of legal advice or anything like that, but somebody here might have had some kind of like lost, some kind of like wrongful termination lawsuit or something like that. Okay. Despair in reverse. Wow. I'm telling you, this is gonna change your life. It is. Like, I'm not saying that it might be an amount of money that is literally going to make it where you don't have to work for the rest of your life. I don't know, maybe some of you, but like, it is going to be something that's going to really, really change your situation. It's going to completely change around your situation. And if you invest this money wisely, it is something that could really be life-changing in this moment right now, you know? Somebody here could have, like, lost, like I said, you could have lost a job or something, and then, like, you getting, like, this amazing windfall of money is going to really keep you going until you can find something else to do. Mature man. This could be a mature man that's giving you this money, or left you this money, or we did talk about that earlier, about how a man might have passed over or might have transitioned, or, you know, this mature man could also be like the emperor vibe in this Kipper deck, and the emperor can also be like a boss, or it can even represent like a company. For some of you, I'm hearing insurance company. Somebody here might have had like some kind of policy on you that never got claimed. Mature woman, mature man, mature woman came out. This could be like grandparents or great grandparents, or just like people that are older than you that might have left you something. Pathway is coming out in reverse, which means that like the pathway to this was blocked to you for a while. Message of concern, and this is going to come out to you. It's going to be concerning, you know? Or you might have heard from an official person that there might have been a hiccup or some kind of issue in filing this lawsuit or filing this whatever. Lovers. Lovers seems like it's coming out of nowhere. This person could have had a spouse or a lover or something like that was trying to stand in the way of you getting some kind of inheritance. Say it was some kind of situation where you had like a stepmother or a stepfather or something like that. This person could have stood in the way of you getting the money from your parent, or from your even like an ex-spouse. Like an ex-spouse could already be dating somebody else, and this person could be trying to, for some of you, I'm getting a specific situation here that somebody, okay, like an ex or somebody, say like an ex-husband or an ex-wife remarried somebody else, and then this person passed away. Well, in their will, or your name is still, because you had children with them or you were married to them for so long or whatever, your name is still on the insurance policy. Like you are the beneficiary of this amount of money, but their current spouse is trying to say like, no, like you don't deserve to get that. I deserve to get that money. But it's your name that's still on. I don't know, this person could have like suddenly passed, and for some reason they had not updated. Excuse me. I'm sorry, you guys. My freaking bangs are like itching my nose and itching my face so bad. My goodness. But journey in reverse. Yeah. Pathway in reverse, journey in reverse. This has been your way to get to this has been blocked. Or just you finding out about this, maybe even. Like for some of you, like maybe this person might have found out about this policy and might have really kept it like hush hush, where you didn't even know that there was a policy or that. And it's like, there could have been a situation here where somebody was like, well, if they don't step up, then you'll get it. And it's like, okay, well, I'll make sure that they're never informed about it or something like that. Oh, that's weird. Imprisonment, yes. Imprisonment in courthouse. Somebody here could be facing some kind of judgment, whether that be in the physical world or in the 3D worlds. But I do think that, like, whatever this is has been trapped away from you or has been kept away from you on purpose. It could have been legally actually kept away from you. Somebody here could have been keeping you tied up in like legal battles or something like that for it. Taking you to court over it. Thief. Hello. This person has literally been trying to steal something that's yours or has been keeping something, and your spirit guides are like, absolutely not. God, your spirit guides are like, absolutely not. This was supposed to be a blessing for you. This was supposed to be something that was supposed to come into your life and really help change your life, like financially help give you security, help change your life, help you take care, if you have kids, help you take care of your kids. This could be a situation here where somebody like left you as the beneficiary on some kind of insurance policy or something like that when they pass, because maybe you and this person have kids together, and their new spouse or their new partner or something like that, they don't have kids together. And so this person was like, well, I mean, I want a certain amount of it to go to you, but I want the majority of it, the big chunk of it, to go to my ex who's taking care of my kids. Like, I want my kids to be taken care of. Maybe even that could have been left to your kids. Like, it could be a situation here where, like, something was left in a trust to you, or left in like some kind of, it's like, oh, when they turn 18, or oh, when they're this age, give them that. Give them this money. I'll trust you. It's like, yeah, so it's like they might have left it in their will. Okay, you get to hold on to it until they're 18, or you get to hold on to it until they're this. And then when I pass, like, it'll go to them. But there's been somebody or something that's been blocking this from trying to get to you, because they're just like, no, you're not responsible enough, or no, no, it should go to me instead of them. Like, somebody here has been fighting secretly behind your back without you knowing it. For some of you don't know it, and then some of you do know it. Some of you are in like an open like court battle with somebody trying to be like, I don't understand why this is even a discussion. Like, it got left to me in the will. I'm the beneficiary. Like, why would it even be a thing? I don't know. Maybe for some of you it's the opposite way, where that person left you no money and you're like, I have their kids to take care of. They should have left me some type of money. But I'm getting here that, like, it was willed to you, or it was left to you, or you are the name that's on the you are the benefactor. You are the person that this is supposed to get paid out to. But for some reason, somebody here has been hiding that from you, or has been, distant horizons. Yeah, they've been keeping it at a distance from you. And you this whole time have been like, man, if I had this money, or if that person had left me something, like, it really would have changed my life. But okay. And you've kind of just been carrying on without knowing, like, actually that person did leave you something. False person in reverse. Yeah. So you've been thinking this whole time, wow, this person passed over and they didn't leave me shit. But okay. Like, it is what it is. It's their money. If they want to leave it to their spouse, or they want to leave it to every other kid but me, I guess so. That kind of sucks. But there is something here where somebody wanted to take your piece. Somebody wanted to take that money from you, or thought that you weren't responsible enough, or thought that, oh, well, when, I'll use that money to help you do this, or to help you do that. Like, when you're really ready, I'll give you your money. But it's kind of like a situation where it's like, no, like, give it to me. Like, how I want to spend it is my business. It's not for you to say, oh, well, if there's ever a time that you come to me and you're like, I really want to buy a house, or I really want to do this, then I'll give you that money. And I won't tell you that I'm giving you your own money to help you out. I'll just use the money, or I'll just give it to you. And it'll look like, oh, I'm just giving it to you out of the kindness of my heart. But it's really like a situation where it's like, well, actually, you were supposed to get this money 10 years ago, but I didn't give it to you because I was waiting until a time when I thought you could use it to spend it for something you really actually needed it for. And you're sitting there thinking, like, all these years I've been struggling. I've needed a new car, or I've wanted to buy a house, or I've wanted to do this, or I've needed to do that, or even to take a break, or to start that business, or to take a vacation. It doesn't say that I'm going to use all of it, but yeah, I really could have been using that money to really better my life, to really step up my life, to have invested it, or to have used it, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, It is not for you to decide that I'm not ready for it or I don't deserve it. Like, no, it's mine. It was a blessing that was supposed to come to me. It was supposed to come to me, not you. Unexpected income in reverse. Yeah, exactly. You're like, this is mine. It's me. Like, I'm supposed to be the one that has this. Like, and it's not up to you to decide when, and where it should come to me. Like, well, yeah, they told me to give it to you, but I decided to set it up in a trust so that when you have kids, you'll have the money for when you have kids, or for it's kind of like a situation where it's like, yeah, it's some kind of situation like that where it's like I could have been using this money and it would have changed my life. You know, it would have already changed my life. I could have been using this money to help. I don't know. It's just like there is something here that you're like, but you knew this whole time that I was driving a car that was breaking down every 5 minutes. Or you knew this whole time I was struggling to make a business. Or you knew this whole time that I had this goal that I was going towards. And you know that that money would have helped me achieve that goal. But because you deemed that goal as not a priority, or no, I don't think this is what you should spend the money on, so I'm not going to tell you that you have this money. It's like something like that where it's like, well, when you're more responsible, then I'll give you the money. It's not for you. It's not for you, but because there's something here about, like, I would totally understand being like, oh, they left you all this money and you're 10 years old. Yeah, you're gonna want to, like, no, I'm gonna put this money up for you. But it would still be a situation where it should be like, look, like, hey, so and so passed, like your granddad passed, and he left you this money. I'm gonna put it in a trust for you, or I'm gonna put it in an account that's gonna gain interest, and you'll have even more money. We'll save it, is it okay if we save it to use it for a college fund or for this, or maybe you're just like, this money would have helped me get out of debt. Like, I've been struggling with credit card debt or with student loan debt. And you know that if I had gotten that money, I could have gotten a huge chunk of the debt off of my shoulders, or I could have used it for a down payment on my house, or I could have used it to buy, to help me buy a new car, or to buy a used car that I could have just, went and bought a car for a couple of $1,000s, and I wouldn't even have had a car payment. I would have had a car that was halfway decent, and I could have just been driving instead of, struggling with this car that breaks down every 5 minutes. It's something like that where it's like, you keeping this away from me has purposely kept me in struggle. Like, I've been struggling to do this or to do that. But yet you've been keeping this money that would have helped me not struggle. You've been keeping this away from me. Like, how dare you? Like, it's not up to you to do that. It's not up to you to make that decision. You think I'm not responsible enough and that I would have used, but it's my money. And if I want to blow my money on eating out and going on vacations and going to concerts and doing this or traveling around, like, it's my money to use how I want to. It's not up to you, And there's no telling how me being able to eat what I want to, afford a gym membership, have just a huge burden lifted off my shoulders of knowing that my bills are going to be paid, There's some kind of like big psychological difference that it would have made for you. And yeah, going on vacation or being able to buy this or go out or not have to sit here and pinch pennies, to know that, okay, I have this money, but, and I can use it every once in a while to go out or to eat or to buy to buy myself something nice every once in a while, or to go on that vacation. I don't ever get to go anywhere. I don't ever get to do anything. I'm always stuck here working all the time. Well, I could have used some of that money to help me pay, like, to keep working, but maybe not feel so pressured to go work at a job that I feel like I just have to work out, and actually be able to invest my time or invest my energy into something I really love doing, And it's, instead of being like, well, I don't have any help, so, I have to just work this job because it pays my bills. I could have been working at a place maybe that paid less, but, could have helped me, and that money could have been helping me supplement my bills or helping me supplement paying off my car. It's like there's something here about, it's like you sit here, and this whole time you have watched me struggle to pay my bills or pay this off or do this, and you had money the whole time that was mine that could have been helping me this whole entire time. Like what? Yes, gift. This was gifted to me. This was mine. What the wealthy man. This person could have kept it because it made them feel wealthy. Because it made them feel better. Because it padded out their bank account. It made them look better. Yeah, and so I'm asking, thief. So I was asking Spirit, I was like, has this person been spending this money? And for the majority of you, no. They have not. They've just been keeping it away from you. Or they just haven't been telling you that it's there and it's an option for you to have been using. Yeah, but I'm hearing they're not able to keep it a secret anymore. So I don't know what's going on or what situation is evolving here to where these people can't keep it a secret anymore. But message, you're about to receive a message. You're about to find out about all this. You're about to find out that this person has been doing this. I'm going to use these cards. Why? I'm going to use the archetype cards. Why has this person been doing this? I mean, I know they're a thief and they've been thieving it from me. Why have they been doing this? Okay. So the angel and child nurture came out, and they're telling me to read the shadow attributes of both. Tendency to abuse animal, people, and the environment. So this person just has, oh my goodness. This person just has the tendency to not really show up for the people they're supposed to be showing up for. Shadow attribute of the angel, acting innocent or angelic to mislead other, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So this person is going to claim like, oh, I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought it was what you really needed. I thought that you needed to struggle a little bit to get through life so that you could actually appreciate having this money or some shit like that. I didn't think, I would, this person is definitely going to be like, I was doing what was best for you by keeping this away from you. That's definitely like but it's false. It's false. This person knows that they should have been giving you that money or doing that. Alchemist, misuse of power and knowledge that came through spiritual practice. Yeah, so this person, I don't know. There's a lot of like, is this person like a super, like they try to act like they're a super like religious person, or they're super in touch with God. Oh, God told me that it wasn't the right time. I prayed about it and God told me it wasn't the right time to give you that money or to do that or to keep it away from you. Yeah. But it's this misuse of power and knowledge. Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. Yeah, this person felt entitled. They're just like, my position in your life, I'm your whoever. So you're the child and I'm the parent, or you're the child and I'm the grandparent, or whoever, or the auntie, the uncle. I know better than you. It's that kind of energy where it's just like, because I know better than you, because I can spend the money better than you, because I can use the money better than you. Teacher. Manipulating and abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Yeah. But yet, this person, that's twice that this kind of like abuse word has been coming out. Like, this person is abusing their power. They're misusing their power. They are, for some of you, they're even people who again, like they're creating this environment of struggle for you, and they're saying in some type of way they're saying that was better. It was better that you struggled over you having the money or having the resources that you really needed. It was better for you to struggle. Like energetically, shapeshifter. Projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So there is an energy here of this person's energy is getting on my nerves. Like, it's just this like false ass, oh, it was what was best for you, I'm in charge of you, I know what's better for you. But it's like, you're not. It's kind of like this energy of like someone never teaching you to be financially responsible. Say this is like a parent, and they're like, it was their job as your parent to teach you how to be financially responsible. And then they're going to use you being financially irresponsible as the excuse to not give you that money. Well, you're not very financially financial responsible. Well, I wonder why I'm not. Neither are you. It's like this false sense of like, I know better than you, but this person really doesn't. It wasn't up to this person to stop you from getting this or to hold this back from you. It was, that's why Spirit keeps calling them a thief, because it's like, no, this was your gift that was supposed to come to you. I do think in the end, it will end up being positive because you could have used it back then, but you damn sure can use it now, And maybe there is a side of you in the end that will be like, okay, like I will use this. Like I really could have been using this money. I could have used it for this. I could have used it for that. I could use it for that. But you damn sure can use it now. And I feel like if it was a situation, say, it's like, oh, well, I should have been given this money 10 years ago. Excuse me, is the date that I'm getting. Like I should have been given this money 10 years ago. If I had been given it 10 years ago, it is true that I would not use it the way that I would now. Because obviously, like, it's 10 years later. So obviously, like, I have other things going on in my life. Like the car example kept coming up. Well, maybe now you have a good car. So you wouldn't use that money to get you a car, or you wouldn't use that money to get you a house, or you wouldn't use that money to do whatever it was that you would have used it to do back then. But you still could have used it back then. Mother. For some of you, this could be a mother energy. Smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So this person didn't want you to gain your independence from them. This person liked you being dependent on them, or they liked you at like a psychological or a soul level. This person likes you being dependent on them. They like you, like I said before, like they didn't want you to have financial security. They like it when you're financially imbalanced, right? If you were just like, they're like, oh, well, you're financially imbalanced. It's like, I could have learned, and I have learned, but it's like, I've learned through struggle. Like I could have been learning with a lot less struggle. Again, this person feels so entitled to have done this. You're, at the most, you might get like one of those, well, I'm sorry kind of vibes, right? You're not going to get a, okay, I'm sorry, I see the error of my ways. You're not going to get that from this person. You are not going to get that from this person. You are going to get like a, well, my bad, I'm sorry, I was just trying to help you out, you're ungrateful, you would have wasted that money on this or that, and you don't, blah, 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 Yeah. Even for some of you, this could have been a person who's like, well, you were supposed to get this money when you were in this past relationship, but I didn't feel like, I felt like homie or so-and-so would have tried to take the money from you, or would have tried to use it or abuse it or whatever. So there is some kind of situation here where you can admit to yourself, like, okay, like, I will use the money better now than I would have back then. Or it's like, you know what? I'm happy that the money is coming to me right now, because I can use it for this, and I can use it for that, and I can use it for this and for that. And this money is more useful to me receiving it right now. Because something here about like, you'll actually use this money to go towards your your spiritual purpose, or like your career purpose, or like something like that. And so you can admit, okay, yes, right now is a better time for me to receive that money. But yet, it can still not be right that this person did that, right? It's still not right that this person kept that money away from you, because it was you. It was yours. It was not up to them to tell you, no, no, um, no, no, you don't deserve that money right now, because it wasn't in a sense where it was like, because if it was really that way, this person would have came to you and said, hey, this person left you this money, or hey, you do have this. I think it would be better if you saved it, or you put it in a savings account, or you waited until later. Maybe you could wait until you're trying to buy a house or trying to do a big purchase. I think that it would be best if you did this or you did that. They would have come to you in a transparent way, but been like, honestly, if I really have what's best for you in mind, I think it's like this and like that. But that's not, this person didn't have what's truly best for you in mind. They had like this very judgmental, self-entitlement, like, no, no, I just think I know what's best, so I'm not even going to bother to tell you that you have this, or I'm not even going to bother to tell you that this is an option for you. Child eternal. Wow. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. This person could have said, oh, like, well, you're a kid, or you're too young, or like, I don't know. But I do think that you are going to have this kind of like inner child awakening or something out of this. It's going to be like, you know what? Whatever. I see you for the dirty, nasty thief that you are. You are entitled and you don't deserve to have a place in my life. Block. I feel like you're going to end up blocking this person, or you're going to end up being like, you know what? Like, you did not do, like, in the end, it is better that this is coming to me now, because I can use it for this or for that. However, it was not up to you to keep it away from me. Like, it's just going to show like a side of this person that it's like, there's something here about like, you're just not going to be able to, I think that you'll be able to forgive, but you're not going to be able to forget the fact that this person watched you struggle, and you didn't have to be struggling. This person saw you struggling financially, and the whole time they knew that they had something that could have helped you not struggle the way that you were struggling, For some of you, maybe you had like a health issue, because that bad health in reverse came up. Maybe you had a health issue, and you're like, if I would have had that money, I could have gotten this health issue fixed a long time ago. Or I could have paid to have insurance that would have fixed this health issue a long time ago. I could have used it to pay to help, I don't know, maybe like to help you go see a therapist that could have helped you. Maybe you struggled for years with mental disorders, or, it's like, I could have been using this to get my medication this whole time. You knew that I was struggling to get medicated, or I was struggling with my health issues. And I've been struggling this whole time, while you just had money in the back pocket that was mine. That I could have been using that money to help make myself healthier, to make myself better. But yet, because, and that's even crazier in that situation, because I'm just like, why would this person, which is why you might be like, wow, you're really evil. Or like, wow, you're like, you watched me suffer this whole time, knowing that you had money that was mine, that I could have used to make myself healthier, to make myself suffer less. There is something here about you suffering for years on end, and this person just allowing you to suffer because they felt like they weren't entitled to tell you when you deserve to have access to that money. Because whatever they felt like you were suffering through, they're like, nah, whatever. They'll be okay. They'll make it through it. They'll suffer through it. And then later on, they'll be grateful. They'll be grateful that I saved this money for them. They'll be grateful that, that I'm like, actually, like, while you're trying to get married, here's all this money. And here's, here's these thousands of dollars, and you can use that to get married. It's like, what? Where is this coming from? Like, oh, so-and-so actually left you. It's like, what? It's like, I'm grateful. Like again, like I said, it's like, wow, I am grateful to have this right now because I can use this to go towards what I'm working on right now. But what about all these years that I was struggling with this and struggling with that and struggling to pay my bills and struggling, with a car that was breaking down and struggling to put my kids in and out of daycare. But yet you want to come out of nowhere with this money now for this thing that you feel like, oh, you know what? Now I feel like it's a great time to pop off with that, with all this money for you. Wow, it's gonna be so great. One day I'm just gonna be able to gift this money to them and they're gonna be so grateful to me. It's that kind of issue. It's like something about that. I don't know if this person is going to try to gift you this money and be like, try to gift you this money and be like, oh, there's something here. It's like, well, this should have, it was willed to you, or if it was left to you, it should have been yours the whole time. But yet this person made you work for it, or yet this person made you pay off a bunch of money to them for it. But yet it was yours the whole time. So you shouldn't have been having to pay that person money. Or you shouldn't have been having to, this person did it for some kind of gain. For some kind of gain for them. Psychologically, in the end, it could have, I don't know, because like, I'm thinking like, if this person saved this and they didn't spend it, like, how were they receiving some kind of financial gain from it? I don't know. You could have gone to this person and been like, can I please borrow this money? Or this happened in my life. Can I borrow money for this? Can I borrow money from that? And this person's like, sure, but you got to give me the money back. And they would go to your money, give you that money, and then be like, you have to pay now, and like hound you to pay them back. Because they're like, I need to pay that. I need that. I need that. And then they would take the money that you would give it back to them, and put it back in that account or put it back in that amount. But in the end, you really didn't owe them that back. Because it was your money to begin with. Heroine. Escapism and a false sense of heroism. Yeah, heroism. Yes! This person's like, I'm going to be able to come in at just the right time and I'm going to save you. I'm gonna come in at just the right time and be like, surprise, here's all this money that was yours to begin with. You're gonna think this is so funny. Like, where did you get all this money from? This is an amazing gift. Like, how did you get all this money? Like, where did you get this from? Well, actually, when so-and-so passed away, like Uncle so-and-so passed away, yeah. Well, he actually left you a big chunk of money. And you're just now giving this to me. Why? Like, that was this many years ago. Like, why am I just now hearing about this? And it's like, well, you should feel grateful. You should be grateful. Like, you're getting all this money and now you can use it for this thing that you're doing now. You should feel grateful. And I think you will be grateful. You'll be like, oh, thank you to that person who passed away, or thank you to that person, because it really is helping me now. That's amazing. But like I said, it's going to open up your eyes to like this person, and it's like, why did you feel entitled to keep that money away from me? Like, it was never yours. Yeah, there's something here, like big something here around you just being like, wow. Like, I am grateful I'm receiving this money right now, but what the heck is wrong with you? And I think, like, the longer you think about it, the more that it's gonna, like, kind of like mind fuck you. Bully. Yeah. You're going to look back at all the different times you went to this person, and you might have asked them to borrow money, or you might have asked them for help, or all the times you went to them crying, being like, oh my God, I just don't know how I'm going to pay this bill. I just don't know how I'm going to get this done. I just don't know how, like, my car is about to be repossessed and I don't know what I'm going to do. Or, this person moved out and I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Or, me and this person broke up and I don't have a place to live now. And you're thinking about all of the times you've gone to this person and talked about how you have like you're financially struggling, or this person being like, well, how are you doing right now? Well, I'm not doing that well financially right now, but I'll make it, and yeah. You know, this person is giving me like a member of your family or somebody like that you would go to and have conversations about, like, I really want to start this business, but I just don't have the money to do it. Or I really want to get this done in my life, but I just don't, I would love to travel more, or to be able to do this, or I would love to be able to do this job, but it just, or I would love to be able, like, if I could afford to put my kids into daycare, then I could work, or I could do this, or I could do that, and it would just change our lives. And you think about all the times that you mention, or just over, or all the times you might have gone to this person and been like, can I please, can I borrow this money, or can I borrow that? Like, we're struggling doing this or that. Or even if you weren't asking them to borrow money, if you were just talking, with them about, well, I don't know, I'm struggling to do this and I'm struggling to do that, and I'm trying so hard to do this and do that, but I just don't have the money to do it. And if I just had some money, it would change my life. And this person is like, I totally understand. Knowing the whole time that they had a chunk of money, that if they even gave you some of it, it would have changed your life in that situation. You would have been like, oh my God, this changes everything. Like, I can afford to buy a car, or I can afford to get that apartment that I need. Or, I don't have to stay in this super crappy neighborhood that, makes me feel unsafe. Like, I could have been supplementing my income and making up the difference with that money. And I could have been living a much softer, a much better life. And it's that thought process of you sitting there thinking about all the times this person knew that you were financially struggling and knew that you were struggling to get through stuff. And they had that money sitting there that whole time that could have changed your life at multiple different times. Could have made your life so much easier and so much better. And I think it's going to be a situation where you're like, I really have to cut you off. Like, I really have to walk, because, like, I can't imagine if it was the other way around. First off, if it was the other way around, I never would have felt entitled to keep that money from you in the first place. I would have gave it to you. Second off, if I did feel like, okay, I'm going to hold on to this money until it's a time when they really need it, when you came to me saying, oh, I need help doing this, or I need help doing that, or I'm struggling doing this, or I'm struggling doing that, I'm struggling to pay for this, or struggling to pay for that, I would have been like, hey, well, you know what? You have this money. But this person didn't do that. Wow. Wow. And I think it's just going to be like really eye-opening to who this person really is. And like I said, I think that you'll be understanding. You'll be like, yeah, I get why you kept the money from me, but still, it wasn't your business. It wasn't up to you to do that. Oh my goodness, I can't even hold on to this deck. Child orphan. Yeah, it might make you feel very much so like, why did you abandon me? Why did you do that to me? Rescuer. At any point. Or like I said, at some point, this person might have been giving you little bits of the money, or little bits here and little bits there. And this person was like, you owe me and I'm doing you a favor and yeah. When the whole time they were giving you your own money. They were helping you with your own money and making you feel like you owed them, or they were doing such a big favor for you, or they're such a nice, kind, loving, giving person. And then you're going to find out that they were giving you your own money the whole time. And you're like, what the But I do think there's still like, I don't think it's going to be a situation where the person is like, oh, the money's gone. Yeah, you still are going to get a rather large chunk of money that is going to help you do whatever it is that you need to do right now, that you're dealing with right now, whatever you need that money for right now. Spirit is saying invest it wisely, and it's coming in. Wow. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Yeah. This person wanted to feel relevant in your life, or they liked the feeling that you came to them and you'd be like, oh my God, I'm just struggling financially right now. And they'd be like, here, baby, here's this money. And you're just like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, you're like my savior. I love you so much. You're like this amazing person. You're such an angel in my life. And then the whole time, the money that they're giving you is not coming out of their pocket. It's your money. And so you're just looking at this person completely different. Like, you kept my money from me. You know, you watched me struggle. And then anytime you would help me out, you would make it seem like you were coming out of your pocket, or you were just being the nicest, best person ever, when you were really just giving me chunks of my own money to me. Wow. Thief. Thief, 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 thief. Wow. Look at this. Advocate in reverse. Wow. Yeah, no, not all these are upside down. Child wounded in reverse. I do think that this is going to help you to heal some kind of wound here that you've had around this person or around this issue. Whatever you use, this person is not advocate. They're not standing up for you. They're not doing what was right for you. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Yeah, no. They kept you needy. They kept you dependent. They kept you... stealing money, creative ideas, or affection, or... stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. This person wanted to put themselves in a position where they felt like they were above you. They were more powerful than you. They had something over you. They had some kind of... Jeez Louise. It's like two big 18-wheelers went by. Yeah, so it's just like this person... This person... Excuse me. Wow, they don't even want me to say it. Like, I'm yawning and cars are going by and all this stuff. Like... They just wanted to keep you needy. They wanted to keep you attached. They wanted to keep you dependent on them. And they knew that if you got this money, that you would gain a level of financial and emotional independence that they did not want you to have. Because that's really what's going to strike you at the end of the day. It's like, okay, so you felt like I wasn't responsible enough. Whatever. Okay, so you felt like you were saving it until it was a big purchase or something really, really big. Okay, maybe I could even accept that. But it's the motivation. You know, that's really not... You're saying that that's the reason, but that's not really it. You know, in the end, what you really got out of it was me still being very financially dependent on you. Or me, just very specifically, maybe not you being financially dependent on them, but you not gaining some kind... Like, they wanted to keep you from gaining some kind of financial or some kind of emotional independence away from them. Like, you know, maybe you were saying like, oh, I'd just love to move away, or I'd love to move to a different city, but I just can't afford to live in that city. Well, they're not going to give you that money, because that would mean that you would move away from them. Or you're like, again, like I was saying earlier with that, man, I'd love to put my kids in school or do this. I'd love to be able to put my kids in daycare or be able to afford to do that so that I could work a job or so that I could work different hours. Well, this person was like, well, you don't have it, so you need to keep bringing the kids to me for free daycare. But then this person is acting wild about the daycare, or acting wild about, you know, it's like, no, don't take my grandkids away from me, or no, don't take the kid, you know, like, no, it would benefit me financially that you are paying me to watch the kids over having the financial stability to be able to pay to put them in daycare or pay to put them in school programs or something like that. There's something here about the fact that it would create distance in between you and this person. Because it's like, maybe this person is not a very good person. Obviously, they're not, because they're doing this shady shit. But there is a kind of sense here of like, I don't know, but they help me watch the kids, but they let me borrow their car, but I'm living with them, so I'm helping pay their bills. Or there is some kind of self-serving, like, you would go away. You would go away from me. You would move away from me. Like, I wouldn't have as much importance in your life. Like, this person did this to feel important, to feel needed, to feel wanted. You know, again, with that whole, like, rescuer vibe where it's like, I give you this, expect knowing that, you know, I keep you in a state where you need me, keeping the needy, keeping the rescuee, like, needy for your help. But it's like they knew if you had this, you wouldn't need them, or you wouldn't depend on them, or you wouldn't come to them for help. Or maybe they even liked that. Maybe they even liked you coming to them and crying to them about your issues or your problems, then being able to be like, oh, here you go, baby, I got you. And then you're like, oh my God, wow, I love you so much. You're so, you're so this and you're so that. That gave them something that if they had given you that money and you didn't need them, that they wouldn't get from you otherwise. Hedonist. This person was being fucking guilty. Or guilty. They are guilty. But this person was being fucking greedy. Real greedy. There is also some kind of jealousy or some kind of envy issue here where it's like I would be jealous of the life that you would get to live. There's something here about that too. I don't know. Okay. Like, I'm jealous of the life that you would get to live. Or it's like you saying, oh, I'd be investing in this business, and then I'd be making money, and then I'd be traveling, or I'd be doing this or doing that. This person doesn't want you to do all that. Mm-mm. This person wants to stop and be the mediator, be the middle person. Because they know that you'd cut them out. For some reason, it's like... So there could definitely be some using on both sides, But it's like, what are the... Excuse me. It's like, what? Okay, yeah. So that's the kind of confirmation spirit. It's like, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you would be. There's a little neediness on both sides. There's a codependency on both sides, But yeah, it's just a situation where it's like this person had the ability to give you your freedom, to liberate you, and they decided not to. They decided that it was more self-serving for them to keep you needy, to keep you wanting them, to keep you coming back to them. Allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusion, yeah. Hermit. This person didn't want you to go out. They didn't want you to be out of the house. They didn't want you to go do something. They didn't want you to... Whatever you're about to do now, that's energetically why this person was like, I don't want to do that. Because energetically they knew that when you receive this money, maybe you'd use it to move away. Maybe you'd use it to, you're gaining some kind of, you're liberating yourself in some type of way. You're gaining some kind of independence from this person. Sorry about that. A garbage truck was coming by and I was like, this is just way too loud. But, yeah. Maybe spirit might be taking the trash out of your life, okay? Not to just be so, like, blunt and so, like, not just to be so blunt and so rude towards this person. But, it might just be time for this person to really leave your life. It's time for you to really see this person for who they really are, for the thief that they really are. It's just crazy this person just came out as, like, thief over and over and over again. It's kind of crazy to me, too, that these two people are dressed really similar, too. There's two men with the jackets and the ties, with a kind of grayish jacket on and the tie and the hat. That's kind of crazy. Is that just how thieves dress? I mean, obviously, like, this man in the middle here is like being thieves. Like, he's, somebody's taking something from him, so he is the victim. But it's kind of crazy that both of those people are dressed very similar. The synchronicities there. I just think there's going to be like, if I had had this money, I would have been able to take care of myself a lot better. I would have been able to do this and do that and do this and do that. And that would have overall made my life so much better. You took way more from me, than just keeping that money away from me. It was my quality of life. It was all the suffering and all the struggle that you saw me go through that you could have saved me from going through. And I just think that is gonna be the end. Is gonna be the ends about this person for you. You're just gonna be like, you could have saved me from all this struggle. You could have helped me, like really, actually, genuinely helped me. But you really chose not to. And I just think you're not gonna be able to get over that person doing that to you. I think that eventually you'll be able to forgive them, and you'll be able to be like, okay, like, it probably is the best that I got this money right now. But like, again, like I said earlier, it does not change the fact that this person chose to do this in this way and chose to act the way that they did. And that says a lot about their character. Avenger. About the desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of oneself or society. Okay. Spirit's giving me that's enough. And I also agree. This is a pretty long reading. But, yeah. Wow. Damn, son. But in the end, the most important thing is that you did get this. You are getting this back from this thief. Yeah. For some of you, this person is like a companion and somebody really close to you. And it's going to really hurt you that this person was just like, no, this message is coming to you. It could come to you on social media, or it could come to you in some kind of in some kind of community way. I don't know, with that community, it could even come out at some kind of family meeting or family function or something like that, where it's like, hey, why don't you come over to my house and have dinner, and we're all going to get together. And you're like, okay. And it's like, hey, I just want you to know this and this and this and this. And you're just like, what the? Yeah, I do think that with this journey in reverse, I do think that you were going to call it quits with this person. That you're going to be like, cool, okay, give me my money. But I feel like this is where me and you, this is where our journey ends here. You're not the person that I thought you were. You're not, it's I feel like it's just slowly over time, it's really going to eat at you that this person did this. And it's just like, I just can't have a person like you around me. I can't trust you. I understand why you did it, but it's just so slimy, and it just makes you a very untrustworthy person. Like, I just don't like the way you handled it. I can be understanding of why you handled it the way that you did. And for that, maybe I can forgive you because it's cool. I'm having it right now, and it is going to come in clutch right now for me in my life right now, but it was not your decision to make, and you took that decision away from me, and you watched me struggle for all these years, and it's going to come off as very cold and calculating and callous, and it's going to come off as very much so like, what was your real purpose? Like, there is all these hints of entitlement in the sense of like, I think it's going to be in the way this person reacts to you calling them out, too. Because I think this person is going to show a lot of their ass, so they're going to show a lot of their character, of their like entitlement, and they're going to show a lot of that, like, well, you should, like I said earlier, like, you should feel grateful, and I did this for you, and you didn't deserve it back then, and yeah. I think it's really going to be this person's character that's going to show when you're like, but also, how dare you? How dare you keep that money away from me? It wasn't your job. Well, you know what? You should feel grateful, and I've given it to you now, and I didn't even have to give it to you, and I could have kept it, and I think it's just going to be like, Oh, like you're doubling down. You're doubling down on the fuck shit that you did. You're not even being like, I totally understand, but I love you and I kept it because of this and because of that. Like, no. Like, you're gonna be like, yeah, no, like it's kind of fucked up that you did that, and this person's gonna double down, and their entitlement and their guilt is gonna start showing in their actions. But instead of being able to handle it like a normal person, they're going to double down. They're going to blame you. They're going to gaslight. They're going to lie. They're going to go back and forth. They're going to do all that, and in the end, you're going to be like, you're not the type of person I want to have in my life. You don't deserve a place in my life because of the way that you handled this whole situation. I just think it would be best for us to part ways. I think this is where our journey ends. Yeah. And I just, And I think this person will have this very much like, oh, you don't need me for money anymore, so now you're just gonna. And it's like, that's not what this is about. But there could even be an attempt to like, uh, a character assassination kind of vibes on this person. They could call around to the whole rest of the family or something like that and be like, this person is so ungrateful and they do this and they do that, and you could be getting a lot of hate or a lot of like, well, you should feel grateful that this person did that and they held on to it for you, because if you had gotten that when you were in your 20s, you would have just blew it on whatever, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's like, it was my money to blow. If I had ended up blowing it, would I have ended up blowing it? Probably. But it was my money to blow. It was on me. It wasn't your decision. It wasn't your decision, and it shouldn't have been your. It wasn't. You just stepped in and decided to make this decision for me, when it wasn't your place to do it at all, at all, at all. And although you can be like, God, I appreciate you for giving me this money right now when you did, and I see what you were doing with this person, but I also see that this person doesn't deserve a place in my life because of the way that they're acting and the way that they handled it, because their reasoning wasn't as all like angelic and as nice and like, I think you're really gonna see that in this person. Or maybe for some of you, you're already going through this and you're like, everybody in my family's making me feel guilty or making me feel like I'm bad, like I'm a bad person because I got mad at so and so for keeping this money from me. And yeah, it's true, maybe I would have not used it for the things that the more responsible things that I'll use it for now. But no, this person has all these. They have a very false sense. They're giving you a very false story as to why they kept it from you. Because underneath it all, there was an element of jealousy. There was an element of envy. There was an element of wanting to keep you dependent on them. Of, oh, well, this person comes to me, and if I give them this money, they won't come to me anymore. They won't need me anymore. Or they'll have the financial independence to move away, or to, or something like that. There's some kind of like, I benefit from keeping this money away from you. I benefit from you needing me, or you coming to me, or me feeling like, oh, I'm doing such a good job helping you out. Like, there is definitely selfishness and greediness, and it doesn't give me like a sensation where this person is like, oh, I wanted to take it so I could spend the money on myself. Maybe a little bit. This person could have dipped into it a little bit, but like, you're still going to get the majority of the money. You're still going to get a big chunk of the money. And I feel like for most of you, this person hasn't spent it at all. Mostly. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I have for you. I'm kind of surprised that I made this an hour-long reading, but it's me, so you guys know. You guys know I got a lot of talking to do. Okay, so lots of examples and lots of talking. Although I did get an email from somebody who expressed to me that although they thought that my readings could be shorter, they liked all the examples that I gave. Like, oh, like giving all the scenarios. Like being like, oh, in a scenario, it could be like this, or it could be like that, or it could be like this. That they actually liked. They were like, I really like that you go into all the different scenarios, because it really helps to bring a lot of understanding to the dynamics. Like it helps me to understand the dynamics better, because like when you give me a specific example, I can be like, oh, so I get this person's motivation, I get this person's motivation, I understand it a lot more so than you just being like, it's a codependent situation, and it being such a broad like a broad thing. But when I go, oh, it's codependent because this person could be doing this and this person is doing this, or maybe in this situation this person is doing that and this person is doing that, and that's how it's codependent. And this person is like, it helps me understand. It just helps me understand better. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. Well, I also do that to try to make it a little bit more personalized, because I know that in a general reading, sometimes it can be hard to be like, is that my situation? And then when I break it down and give examples, that's the reason why I give examples like that, is because I'm hoping that you'll see your situation in it, or like that person told me in their email, in the email, that it actually helped them to understand it more and to break it down. The examples helped them to understand the concepts better that I was talking about. So hopefully that's what it does to you too. Hopefully you guys are here for the breaking down of the concepts and stuff. Like, that's just how it's going to be. So, so if not, too bad, so sad. Sorry about it. Like, go talk to somebody that gives you 10-15 minute readings, or go talk to somebody who gives you, who makes like shorts where it's only a few seconds and you can digest a little bit of information. But me, I'm the type of person, I'm like, give me as much information as possible. So that's why I read like that, because that's what I desire and that's what I like. So if you fuck with it, you fuck with it, okay? And let me know down in the comment section down below, do you fuck with it? If you're here all the way at the end of my reading, probably so. Okay, I really appreciate you guys, as always. Thank you. I'm not gonna like directly shout out that person's name, but thank you to them if you're here watching this. Hey. And thank you to your spirit guides for guiding you here to this reading. Okay, I hope it gave you the love, light, and clarity that you needed in the situation. Thank you to my angels, spirits, guardians, ancestors, and guides for guiding me through delivering this message, as well as keeping me safe while they did so, as always. Like I said before, comment down below if you feel like this is your situation, or if you feel like, share it with somebody if you feel like it could help them, if you recognize the situation, okay? Yeah. Subscribe if you are digging the vibe and you want more information. and you like the readings. Stick around, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I really appreciate you guys so very, very much. As always, it's getting a bit chilly. I need to go inside. It's gonna rain. All right. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one, okay? Bye.